Hi there. I'm going to try something kind of new and just speak extemporaneously. So, pardon me while I start out with my sovereignty mantra because the subject is the dark guys and the ETs, the controllers and such. I am a sovereign being, exercising free will as I ascend the spiral of spirit. I intend that the higher purpose be served and that the light prevail. Now, some have asked for more information, and I haven't been overly generous with that, but then I haven't been steering my own ship of state. I've given that over to my higher self. So I'm inviting my higher self to speak now, just to see what will be said, and if she will. I've put the new, I don't know how to say his last name. It's not Cavicilis. I don't know. The wonderful Aussie. I have his new lecture up, and a lot of you have seen that, and my introduction to it. And then I have the Alex Collier lecture up, and I have a great deal of faith in Alex and his connection to the Andromedans, and I have a lot of faith in them. My heart contact with them gives me such confidence that they are beings of light, and I'm good with that. I'm interested in anything they have to say, and I think Alex does a good job of it. Now, most of the things that I've put out about extraterrestrials have been largely cautionary, and that's how I feel about it, even though the quote-unquote bad guys, for remember, we are that, all is one. But even though the bad guys, let's say, are distinctly in the minority, they do a good job of acting like they have the majority. And they don't. We're taking that away from them now. That's part of what this Mayan calendar cycle ending is all about. It's a major transition. And it's not the end of the world, just the end of the world as we knew it. And the bad guys are fighting that tooth and claw, nail and teeth, whatever they can do. And it's kind of funny, really, because with their advanced technology, they've taken a look ahead. They know what's ahead. And I guess they're just so used to being in positions of power and authority that they're not giving that up until it's wrested from their cold, dead fingers. Oh well, so be it. They have free will too. But so do we. And we're using ours now. And so people wonder, how do I tell the good guys from the bad guys? They can all look the same. They can appear to be light, or they can be in bodies that look absolutely beautiful and just like wonderful beings of light. So how can we tell? Well, those are questions of the mind, my friends. And I have been strongly hoping that with all the work I've put out here to help people go from the mind to the heart, that would really be serving this purpose of helping you to distinguish. Because the fount of wisdom and knowledge, if it's not in the heart, it can be accessed through there. And so the more you get down and uncover and encourage your own intuition, the better shape you're going to be in. And you'll just know when you're reading something or when you're listening to something that's been channeled. You will just know. But you have to kind of stay out of your mind, because your mind will question that and say, well, how do I know? What evidence do I have? Don't, if you want to go down that route, fine. But you're not going to find any solutions. At least I didn't. Maybe you will. I don't know. When you do, you post that here, and that'll be good. We'll all want to hear that as well. But I walked down the path following several of the different groups and tentatively believing in them. I mean, you have to. It's that biblical injunction not to be lukewarm, Get off the pot, make a decision. And so as I was entering the no mind and leaving the fear behind, I found that I could step out and give it a go and find out. It seemed right to me at the time. There's nothing wrong with that. This vengeful God picture they brought us up with and given us and tried to keep us under the thumb of that kind of a being, that's nonsense. That's just bunk. But anyway, so I was brave enough. Didn't feel like brave at the time, just felt like the right thing to do. But the more you get out of the mind and into the heart, that same bravery is in you too. Only it's not really bravery. It's different somehow. I don't have words for this. You'll just have to find it out. Remember, I can't do your path for you. I can sing through the open door of the heart and hope that you hear me, but you have to set your intent to settle down into that heart and spend some time there, finding out for yourself. You've got to get the feel of what that's like. And, who knows? Maybe that's awakening all by itself. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't have any wow moment. Well, maybe I've had lots of wow moments, but mine was a gradual awakening. I couldn't point a finger to a time and say it happened there, like Adyashanti or like Eckhart Tolle or like Byron Katie, people that I admire. Instant awakenings happen, but I think the gradual kind is more the norm, if there is a norm, and I don't suppose there is. But anyway, back to my subject, these extraterrestrials. In my pursuing and following them, I mean, one of the first things that you find is that these beings are real, and that's a big shock. And so you think, oh my God, this is really cool. I've connected with something here, and it's really real. And look at these beautiful words and teachings that are being offered, and it sounds right. So you pursue it. And you feel the effect on your energy. You feel direct connection. You may even have direct experiences with these beings. It's different for everybody, so, you can't judge. But you have direct experience in your own conscious awareness of the influence. And so you've connected with something, and that's good. But I think initially a lot of us think that just because we've connected with something, and that something purports to be light, that it is light. Or just because these beings have tremendously advanced technology, that must mean that they're advanced spiritually as well. And it's been my experience that those two are not connected. You can have one without the other. And I think we have one and they have the other, some of these. Again, I'm just speaking from my own experience here. So, I have discovered that, remember the bar scene in Star Wars where we had all these different kinds of beings bellying up to the bar and playing their various games seated at the tables all around, and what that looked like? Well, I'm sure there's that and a great deal more variety in the forms of life that are out there. I mean, even the mind can come to this conclusion just by looking around Gaia at the variety of the life forms that are here. They're ridiculous. I mean, the scientists think they finally found some place where there couldn't possibly be any life here. At the bottom of the sea, in the